For me, fitness is something that I like to make accessible to everyone and tell people that being fit is not difficult. It's not a chore. It's easy.
People are so excited to see you at the Sharjah Book Fair. Perhaps you can tell us, like, are you coming with a book or are you going to discuss your book? What should we know about your visit?
I'm coming with my book, The Perfect 10. It's a book that I got the concept during and after lockdown to come up with, because in lockdown, everyone was so active and working out because people had so much time. And I think I'm also coming during the Dubai 30-30 fitness challenge, right?
Right.
So I'm super excited because I believe that you should work out every day, at least 6 times a week. If not for an hour, at least sometime in the day, to work out. And post lockdown, when I saw the trend was people got back into their lives and stopped working out and got busy doing what they were doing. Everyone that you asked who was very active during lockdown had just one excuse, that there's no time to work out. So that's when the idea of the book came up, because I was like, all it takes is 10 minutes a day to do some movement rather than no movement, right? And everyone is so much on their phones and their laptops, and we're doing everything with our fingers that we used to originally do with our bodies. And so my first chapter in the book starts with fingers versus bodies, where we've said fingers 1, body 0. For me, fitness is something that I like to make accessible to everyone and tell people that being fit is not difficult. It's not a chore. It's easy. So that's where the idea for the book came out, because I was like, if I get people to move for even 10 minutes a day, that's a lot. That's when I got my book out, The Perfect 10, which has 25 10-minute workouts that you can do anywhere. All you need is a mat and a pair of shoes and a bottle. And the great thing about the book is that it has a QR code that you can scan, and it takes you to my website, which has 25 10-minute workouts that I've pre-recorded, and you work out along with me. Of course, the book also talks about why we need to work out every day and we need to move our bodies. It talks about some recipes that I've shared, which are easy to make, which are healthy and yummy. It also tells you the different kinds of people and personalities that we are, from people who work out every day to people who don't work out to people who work out in groups. So I've just explained the different types for you to identify which category you fall into.
Do you think in some ways you're just trying to tell them, listen, you don't have to go to these extreme lengths?
Exactly, especially people who don't like to move. Like and this is a question I'm asked constantly: how long should I work out? How many days a week should I work out? And my answer is the same. I say work out at the time that works best for you, and the amount of days that you can remove. And if you tell people, can you remove 10 minutes a day? Who's going to say no, right? Everyone can remove 10 minutes a day. It's just that we don't put ourselves out there. We don't know in 10 minutes what can we do. So here is something that you can do in the office. I've put a set of exercises that you can do in the office. I've put a warm up in there. I've put a cool down in there. If you want to make a workout longer, I call each 10-minute workout a stack, so that you can stack it up to as many minutes as you have. So some days you might have 10 minutes, some days you might have 20. So it's like stack up the stacks, and I've divided the stacks into 5 categories.
When it comes from you, I guess it's immediately legitimized, right? If I believe you when you say 10 minutes is what we need to begin with, but perhaps this is just the beginning, right? You just want people to just get off their couch.
It's just for people to at least start moving. Then when they see the benefits of what they've been doing, then they'll want to do more. Or like I said, it's minimum 10 minutes, but it can go up to whatever time you have available.
They say that, abs are made in the kitchen. So how important is the food element of it?
It is exactly the way it is. 70-30, 70% of what you put into your body, 30% of what you burn. The reason being, say you're a person who goes to the gym and works out for 1 hour, or you walk for 1 hour, you swim for 1 hour, you hike for 1 hour. What are you doing for the next 23 hours is important. Yes, when you work out, you're constantly burning calories for a few hours after that. But if I'm going to work out and then go eat a pizza, how is my 1 hour of workout going to justify what I eat in the day? So it's like, if your goal is being fit, then you need to work out and eat healthy. If your goal is to lose weight, then you need to work out and have a deficit in your meal so that you can lose weight. Again, my book is not aimed to get people to lose weight, or it's not a guide to lose weight. It's just a guide for people to move and be fit.
Was that tough for you, Yasmin, to break it down? Because you are somehow coming from, I feel, like a pedestal. You have to step down a few and just, even in your own.
Not really, because I never forget where I started my journey. And this is where I started my journey, where I didn't know my head from my toe, or my right from my left. If you read my story in the book, you'll see that I was a person who had no coordination skills, no knowledge of exercise. I literally was a novice. And from there, I started my journey trying to learn how to exercise, how to put things together. And everybody who is an expert at whatever they do weren't born an expert. The journey has been so incredible, because not only, like, more than 30 years back when I became a fitness instructor, I got a slap in my face again when I became a personal trainer, and I had to learn how to weight train correctly, because all I did was aerobics. And then when I did Pilates, I again entered a domain where I knew nothing. So I had to relearn and go back to the basics. And I was like, I would always look at my instructors moving so graciously and say, when will I ever achieve that? So I need to know my work before I put it out there. So I literally study, I go back to my basics. So I'm constantly a person who goes back to my basics to find new ideas, to find new things to do. I like challenging myself to learn new things which I've never done. And that keeps me grounded, because I come back to ground zero, where I don't know anything, and the slate is clean, and I have to start writing my ABCs again.
What's the biggest misconception about, let's say, even exercise and perhaps, being fit?
All of our bodies are made very differently. All our circadian rhythms are different. And I just feel that you need to find your rhythm and work with it. And I think we need to figure out what works for us by trying different things. I believe it's really important to nourish your body with food. Your food needs to be something that makes you feel good, not only by sweets and desserts, but makes you want to makes you active.
There's also a big debate on cardio versus strength training. In your book, Perfect 10, have you mixed the two? Or do you go towards more strength? Do you lean towards strength more?
No, I say it's a balance between cardio and strength training, and for different people it's a different thing. So if you're a skinny person who wants to build muscle, it's definitely more weight training, more strength training, but at the same time you need the cardiovascular for your heart. So it's not like thin people don't need to do cardiovascular training, or athletes don't need to do strength training. There has to be a balance of both in your life, and the scale depends on what your goals are, on which one will take more precedent than the other.
I've worked with all the biggest Bollywood stars. Is it different training on civilian as opposed to a celebrity? Does it change, like the way you approach?
The only thing that's different is that the timings are more structured with regular clients than with celebrities, because of their hectic lifestyles. But also, the people I train personally are all people who travel a lot. They're doing a lot of in and out of the country. So I do have people who are erratic with their timings, but other than that, everybody is unique, and everybody needs to be dealt with love and care and understanding. So yeah, we do that with everyone that walks through our doors.